Okay. We stopped at that. We found that this one was x squared plus 4x minus 45 equal minus 45 equals 0. We stopped at this part. So here I have to factorize normally x and x, two numbers, their product 45, and the difference is 4. So it is 9 and 5. This is negative. So it will be the big one at the same sign of middle, x plus 9 or x minus 5. So from this part, x plus 9 equals 0. So x equal negative 9. And x minus 5 equals 0. So x equal 5. Okay, but it didn't finish here. Why? Because he told me at the beginning he want two real numbers. He want two real numbers. And the product, one of them exceeds the other by 4, or one of them is more than the other by 4. So I have maybe x. This is one of the numbers, not 2. Maybe x, one of the numbers that I considered from the beginning, that x and x plus 4. This was the first number multiplied by the second number. The first number is x. Sometimes, or one of the answers that x equal negative 9, and another answer x equal 5. So I must get the other number if x equal negative 9 and if x equal 5. So when x equal negative 9 and I want plus 4, so x plus 4, negative 9 plus 4 equals negative 5. So the two real numbers, which one more than the other by 4, negative 9 and negative 5. This is one of the solutions. When x equal 5, 5 plus 4 equal 9. So the two numbers 5 and 9, and x exceed 5 and 5, 9 exceed 5 by 4. So the answer of this question, the two real numbers may be negative 9 and 5 or 5 and 9. Don't leave it that you get the value of x and that's it. The value of x, you get one of the numbers. Okay, but here he wants to find the two real numbers, and he gave you the condition that one is more than the other by 4. X here and x here is one only, but it has two solutions because it is quadratic, so you can have two solutions at most. So here it has two solutions, negative 9 and 5. What is the number when added to make it plus 4 equal negative 9? So it is negative 5 and 5 and 9. Is this part clear why I'm adding plus 4? If not clear, please raise your hand or tell me what is the problem. Okay, Yara. Okay, Yara, unmute yourself, Yara, and ask about the thing you didn't understand.
The last part.
Why I'm adding plus 4? Okay. Here, from the beginning, Yara, from the beginning, I told you that let the number to be x, and the other number, which is give me the other number, is 4 more than x by 4, 4 more than the other. So one of the number is x, the other number is x plus 4. These are the two real numbers you need. These are the two real numbers. And I will find two real numbers, x to x plus 4. And he told me that their product is 45. After finishing, I got x, I got the number, Yara, negative 9, or the number itself, x again, 5. So you didn't get for him the other number. Okay, what is the other number? How to get it? My number is negative 9. Add 4, negative 9 on your calculator plus 4, it will give you negative 5. So the first two real numbers, that one is more than the other by 4, negative 9 and 5. This is one of the solutions for the equation, or for this word problem. And again, my other answer or the other solution set is for x is 5, for x only. So x equal 5. So x plus 4 will be 5 plus 4, 9. So the other solution, 5 and 9. Sorry, here negative 5. So the two real numbers, yeah, negative 9 and negative 5, This is 1, and the other is 4 more than it. Or the solution which gave me 5, when added to 4, it will give me 9. So يا إما -9 and -5, or 5 and 9. Okay, Yaro?
تمام. Thank you.
Okay, not this one. Okay. Hatem is 4 years older than Hanan. Okay, so I have me, I have Hatem and I have Hanan. Okay, so Hatem is 4 years older than Hanan. So who is bigger? Who is older, Hatem or Hanan?
Hatem.
Hatem is older. Okay, so if I would want to consider one of them to be X in order not to write Hatem and Hanan, because Hatem and Hanan are
Hanan.
Okay, so Hanan, I will let Hanan to be X. Why Hanan X, not Hatem? Because Hatem is older. So if I want to write Hatem instead of Hatem, I will write X plus 4. Why X plus 4? Because Hatem is older than his sister Hanan by 4. So I couldn't say that Hatem is X, because if you write Hatem is X and Hanan X plus 4, this translation is wrong, because this means that Hanan is older. Okay, but in my equation, in my board problem, Hatem is older than Hanan by 4. Okay, so this is the first part, that I named Hanan X and I named Hatem X plus 4. And the sum, this is the first part, and the sum of squares of their ages. Now the age of Hanan is X and the age of Hatem X plus 4. The sum of squares of their ages is now 26. Find their ages now. The sum of square of their ages. What is the square of Hanan's age? What is the square of Hanan's age? The participants, where are the participants to see them? Ahmed Marwan. How are you, Ahmed?
Fine, miss.
Okay, what is the square of Hanan's age, Ahmed? Hanan X. What is the square of X? يا أحمد. The square of X يا أحمد.
بعمل حاجة ثانية.
تعمل إيه؟
لا حاجة.
حنان الحمد لله X square. So the square of X square. طب what is thank you أحمد. محمد سامح, can you hear me well in this meeting?
Yes.
Okay, طب I want the square of Hatem's age. If I want the square of Hatem's age, I will do what with this number?
Will be x for 2 plus 4 for 2 will be
X plus 4 power 2. Okay, stop at this يا محمد.
Can't I make it x power 2 only and 4 power 2?
No, you cannot. Of course you cannot. This is the age of Hatem all. This is expression. Okay, this is Hatem's age. When I ask you what is Hatem's age, X plus 4. The square of Hatem's age, X plus 4 is square.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad. So he told me the sum means plus of their squares. So I have to do what? I have to add the square of their ages. So X square plus X plus 4 whole square. I translated this with the sum of their squares, or the square of their ages. Adding the square of their ages. Sum means a plus. Equal what? 26. Okay, till this part, any problem? Translating the word problem into symbols. Do you have any problem why it is X square plus X plus 4 all square equal 26? Okay, I write it again in smaller handwriting. X plus x plus 4 all square equal 26. Now I have to complete it, multiplying, do anything to put it in our form. X طبعا I will leave it as it is, plus who can remember بقى how to multiply x plus 4 all square. Don't tell me, miss, it is easy, x square plus 16. No, it's not x
Miss,
square plus
Miss
16.
Grown?
Yeah, who are you? I couldn't hear. Who are you? Yes, you can.
First power 2, second power 2, first time, second time 2.
Yes, x, I want to multiply this binomial. First square, اللي هي x square, at the end the second square, 4 square 16. Then the middle term will be 2 times first times second. 2 times first times second. 2 times 4 times x, 8x. Sign of middle positive, so here it will be positive. Then 26, it is outside. Take it inside by the opposite sign, so it will be negative 26 equals 0. Now I have to add what is like terms and what is not like. I will leave it. Okay, I have x squared here. Do I have another x squared? No. So x squared. I have x and positive 8x. X and positive 8x.
Or 2?
I am adding
8x or 2?
I am adding يعني means I'm adding the coefficients only. أنا بعمل adding the like terms. عشان كده I didn't add x square with x. I took an x square alone because there is no other x square. If I have x with 8x, how many x I have? 1 orange and 8 oranges. How many oranges at the end?
9x.
9x. Why 9? 1 and 8, 9. Okay, in adding expressions, please, I am adding the coefficients only. That's why I couldn't add or subtract unless they are the same. And I couldn't add 8x with 2y because they are not the same. I couldn't add 8x squared plus 2x because here x squared and here x. I'm dealing with the variables here as if they are figures. Okay, so I couldn't add unless they are the same. So I'm looking at the same. So I took here x. I took x with 8x because they are the same. الاثنين x, الاثنين oranges, الاثنين strawberries. Okay, 1 orange and 8 oranges, they becomes 9. So plus 9x. Positive 16, negative 26. They are both numbers. Add them by your calculator. It will give you negative 10 if you couldn't add and subtract the positive and negative numbers. So my expression now is done. X squared plus 9x minus 10 equal 0. I will factorize equal 0. X and x. Who can complete? What will be the two numbers here?
إيه
Okay.
تبقى 1 و 10.
1 and 10. 1 is positive. Who is positive? Which one will be positive?
The 10.
10 positive and 1 negative. So maybe x equal 1 or x equal negative 10. طب he want their ages. تفتكروا can any age be negative number? Can the age of Hanan be negative 10?
No.
No, because there is no age with negative. So this one is refused. Why it is refused in this exercise? Because he wants ages, and the ages cannot be with negative. Like when I get the side of anything, the length cannot be with negative. So one of the solutions refused. The solution of x from this expression, two solutions, 1 and negative 10. Negative 10 is refused because I'm talking about ages. So who was x, Hanan or Hatim?
Hanan.
Hanan. So Hanan, how many years old?
1.
1 x equal 1 وحنان هي اللي كانت x يبقى حنان is 1 years old. طب what about حاتم؟ How?
5.
5 الحمد لله. Why 5? Because he is older than Hanan by 4. So I took Hanan was 1. I removed the x. I put it 1. 1 plus 4, 5 years. So Hanan is now 1 years old and Hatem is 5 years old. Okay.
بس معلش كان عندي سؤال، هو ليه معلش الاكس ايكوال نيجاتيف 10 مش المفروض هنا بوزيتيف؟
طب I divided x plus 10 equal 0. Take the 10 to the other side. Which I'm dividing
okay,
this
تمام.
expression.
شكرا.
That's why negative 1 here is go to the other side by positive.
تمام.
Okay, Jenna? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, find the dimensions of a rectangle whose length is 4 centimeters more than its width. Okay, I want the dimensions of a rectangle. I will not write here length and width. I want to make them one variable. I couldn't solve it unless they are one variable. I couldn't name them length and width. Okay, I couldn't say length and width because if length and width I leave them like this, you will not be able to solve it. He told me an information about the length and the width. He told me that the length is more than the width by 4. I want any one of you to name for me the length and the width by one variable. Yani choose x, y, anything. The information says.
Can it be?
Who's talking what first? Who's talking? Who's shouting?
Muhammad Samir.
Okay, okay. One is more than the other by 4. Which will be x and which will be x plus 4?
Length will be plus 4.
Yeah. So the width will be what?
X plus 4. W plus 4.
I will not write till you tell me. The length is?
X plus 4.
And the width?
X minus 4.
How يعني 0 بقى في الآخر؟
لا.
One of them will be x. And the other is more than
يبقى الويدث X.
Yes. Why the width is x? Because
عشان
the width
هعمل
is
بلس عليه هيطلع لي length.
Yes, because he told me that the length is 4 centimeters more than its width. So the width is the smaller one, like Hanan and Hatem. Hanan هي اللي كانت x because Hanan is smaller than Hatem and Hatem was older than Hanan by 4. Here the same. The length is more than the width by 4. So the length will be x plus 4 and the width is x. Okay, so I have named for myself the length and the width. So here the width x and I consider the length x plus 4. Okay, what else? He wants طبعا أكيد the length and the width and he wants the value of x. When I'm getting the x, so I got the width. Add to x plus 4, you will get the length. طب from where يعني؟ أكيد في another information. He told me that the area of this rectangle is 21 centimeters square. What is the area of the rectangle يا حلوين؟
length time width.
Length time width.
Length time width.
Length time width. So the area of any rectangle, length time width. But don't forget in my exercise here, the length is not called length and the width is not width. I will remove length and I will put it x plus 4 and the width x. So when multiplied the length and the width,
x plus 4.
x times x plus 4. Okay, so x times x plus 4, he told me that the area equal 21. So remove area and write 21. Now I have finished it as translating. I have done what? The length times the width. The area equal 21 because he gave me that the area 21. Now complete it like I think the second exercise we did, distributing x times x squared, x times 4, 4x. Put 21 inside, negative 21 equal 0. I want to factorize x and x. 21, two numbers, their product 21 and the difference is 4. What are these numbers?
7 and 3.
7 and 3. This is negative. The bigger one would be at the same sign of middle. So maybe x plus 7 equals 0. So x equal negative 7. Or maybe x minus 3 equals 0. So x equals 3. Can any side be with negative? Can I take the width the negative 7? No. So this is refused. So x equals 3. What is x? The length or the width?
The width.
The width. So the width equals 3 centimeter. And what will be the length?
7.
7. 3 plus 4 equals 7 centimeters. And you can check, is 7 times 3 21? The area given? Yes. Okay? This is one of the very important, supposing very important examples in the exams. Okay. Okay, let's see this one. The sum of the squares of two successive or consecutive odd numbers is 130. Find the two numbers. Okay, at the beginning, I told you if I want two successive or two consecutive odd numbers, if I considered one of them is x, the other will be what?
X plus 2.
X plus 2, not x plus 1. Why? Because if you put it x plus 1, the next number, the successive will be odd, not sorry, even not odd. And if you consider x1 and you put here 1, not 2, you have a 1 plus 1, 2. So here you have got the consecutive, not odd, the consecutive one after 1 exactly, which is 2 and then 3. If you want successive odd or successive even, one of them is x, the other will be x plus 2. Okay, so the two numbers for me is x and x plus 2. These are the two numbers. He told me that the sum of, not the sum of them. If he told me the sum of them, it was so easy that you will do what? X plus 2 equal 130. But he didn't say this. He said that the sum of their squares, not the sum of the two numbers. Okay, so first I have to get the square of each one. What is the square of x? The square of x?
X square.
X square. What is the square of x plus 2?
X square. X plus 2 square.
X plus 2 square. Till now it's x plus 2 square. He told me the sum. The sum means adding the sum of the squares of two successive odd numbers. These are the two successive odd numbers. The sum of them equals 130. Let's complete the previous exercise. X square as it is. I want to multiply this binomial. First square, and x square. Second square, 2 square at the end, 4. First, 2 times first times second, 4x. Sign of middle positive, it will remain positive. Take negative 130 to inside, negative 130 equals 0. Now, ya Malak, I will add like terms. Okay? Like terms only. Okay, x squared. Do we have another x square?
Yes.
Another x square, which is x squared. How many x squares I have here?
2.
يبقى 2x squared. I'm not adding the powers. I am adding the coefficients of the variables. So 1 plus 1 equal to x squared, like an orange and another orange. Orange and orange, 2 oranges, not x squared plus x squared x power 4. So they are 2x squared. Okay, positive 4x. Do you have an x in the equation?
No.
No.
So it will remain alone. So there is no like term. Positive 14 minus 130 equal 126 equals 0. 2x squared plus 4x minus 126. I will factorize, but look at it very well. You will factorize or you will do something before factorization.
هو في هنا coefficient يعني في يعني لازم الأول نعمل حاجة قبل الفactorization.
What I will do?
HCF.
Yes, I by the way, if you use here your calculator, the two factors will be in a right. It will be right, but the common factor will not be written. In here, there is a common factor which is 2. I have 2 as a common factor, but if you do it mentally, it will be wrong. The numbers will be wrong. So I must take 2 common factor. 2 divided by 2, 1. So x squared plus 4 divided by 2, 2x. 126 divided by 2 equal 63. Okay. 63 equals 0. Now leave it 2. طبعا 2 couldn't be equal 0. I will factorize this to this trinomial x and x. 63, 7, and 9. The big at the same sign of middle. So x minus 7 equals 0. So x maybe equals 7.
Miss, you didn't write the 2.
Yeah, okay, 2. But 2 in this case will not be a solution because 2 doesn't equal 0. Okay, I have the solution for x. X plus 9 equals 0. So x equal negative 9. Okay, again, like the one that I have 2 real numbers. Here he wants 2 successive odd numbers. I have got 1 only. This is 2 solutions for x for the same number. One of them was x. The other is x plus 2. So when x equals 7, the other number will be what? In this question, he wants the 2 successive odd numbers. When I'm getting x, I'm getting one of the solutions. يعني x دي اللي هي the first number. Maybe 7, maybe negative 9. You didn't get the successive one. When x equals 7, yes, when x equals 7, قلنا the other number هيبقى x plus 2. So here, when x equals 7, the other number will be 9. Because x plus 2 is 7 plus 2 equal 9. So the 2 successive odd numbers, 7 and 9. This is one of the solutions. But when x equal negative 9, also negative 9 plus 2 give you negative 7. So these are the 2 successive odd numbers. So the solution may be 7 and 9 or negative 9 and negative 7. Okay? When you are getting the value of x, I'm getting one of the number. أنا في الأول خالص I have considered one of the numbers x and the other number x plus 2. In both cases here, you are getting the value of x. الاثنين x. الاثنين ده. ما جيناش جنب ده خالص. فأنا عندي 2 values for x. فبما إن عندي 2 values of x لازم يكون عندي 2 values of the successive one for them. هو هل 7 و negative 9 2 successive odd numbers؟ لما أنا جبت 7 و negative 9 the 2 solutions of x, are they successive odd numbers? Are they after each other? No. They are 2 solutions for x. So the successive of 7 is 9 and the successive of negative 9 is negative 7. And ما أنا من الأول I consider x to x plus 2. Put the number of the value of x you got instead of x here. So it will be x plus 2. And take the number, the value of x you take from it here, negative 9, put it here, negative 9 plus 2, negative 7. So the 2 numbers, 7 and 9, or negative 9 and negative 7. The last thing for our lesson today, I know that this lesson is a big, little bit, and it has more than one idea. But in order to take geometry next time, because I have the algebra, it takes a lot of time from us. Then we will return back to algebra next week, inshallah. The last thing, or the last exercise. Okay, find the real number whose double is increased by 1. Then its multiplicative inverse. First, I want the number. I will consider the number to be x. Let's see what I have here as expression. I have double the number. What is double the number? قلنا double
2x.
means 2x. And I have another expression, multiplicative inverse of the number. I forgot to revise with multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse means changing the places. And if I have 2/3, it's multiplicative inverse 3/2. But when I say 3, it's additive inverse -3. The additive changing the sign, multiplicative changing the places. Okay? So what is the multiplicative inverse of x? هي الاكس كانها x over 1. If I want to change the places هتبقى 1 over x. So multiplicative inverse of the number is 1 over x. Let's see back the word problem says what? The word problem says find the number whose double increased by 1 then its multiplicative inverse. This means that which is bigger, the double or the multiplicative inverse? Which is bigger?
It will be the double.
Yes, the double increased. So double is at the beginning. Increased mean I will do subtraction. It's increased. It's multiplicative inverse by 1. It means that the double is more than the multiplicative inverse. By what? By 1. By how many numbers? By 1. Or how many integers? So translating this one, double 2x increased by 1. He's writing by 1 first. And here the result increased by 1. Then what? Then it's multiplicative inverse. Okay? So if he told me that the multiplicative inverse increased by its double by 1, it means that it will be 1 over x minus 2x. What's big comes at the beginning. Okay? So I have translated. A very important point I choose this problem because the point here that I have x down, I have x as a denominator. What I will do with that, I write it again in order to find place to write. 2x minus 1 over x equal 1. What I will do with x here, in order, this is very important in grade 9, in order to remove what is down, I multiply all the equation by it. If I want to remove, because if I put 1 times x, x will go with x, so the result will be 1. So if you want to remove anything from the denominator, you multiply the whole equation by this number. And when I say 1 over 3 times the number down, 3, 1 over 3 times 3 equal 1. If I say 2 over 8 or 2 over 5, if I want to remove the 5, I multiply it by 5, 5 will go with 5, so it will be 2, and so on. So if we want to remove what is in the denominator, multiply the whole equation by it. So the whole equation here will be multiplied by x. Okay? So when multiply 2x times x, هتبقى 2x square. 2x times x, 2 times 1, 2, x times x, x square. يبقى 2x square. 1 over x times x. We done this part in order to remove x. So equal -1. 1 times x equal x. Okay, so after multiplying the whole equation by x, it becomes 2x square minus 1 equal x. Put x inside and arrange, يبقى 2x square minus 1 minus x equals 0. It's not arranged yet. 2x square minus x minus 1 equals 0. And then factorize, and you will get the value of x here and there, 2x and x. And here 1 and 1. This negative and this is positive. So 2x plus 1 equals 0, or x minus 1 equals 0. From here, x equal -½ and from here, x equal 1. So maybe x equal -½ or maybe x equal 1. And if you checked and you want the multiplicative inverse of x, is it فعلا more than the double of -½ by 1 or not, you will find it is right. So I have two solutions, -½ and 1. Okay, sorry for being late. Please next time, what about, I have less than 1 minute because if my voice cut. What about to open the videos next time? To see each other. I met you, don't you miss me?